KEANU. The Key and Peele movie. Is this basically a Key and Peele skit turned into a movie? No. Is this movie about a cat that's named after the Keanu Reeves character? Apparently, it was supposed to be named for some other reason, according to the film, even though I think it's really meant to be named after the actor himself. Everyone's favorite bad actor, so they say, but let's face it, John Wick was awesome. Matrix is still awesome. I don't care if some people say, oh, fucking no, it's outfucking dated. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up right now. Matrix is the fucking shit. It has, and it always fucking will be. I'm sorry, but that was my childhood. I know it sounds fucked up, because that was rated R. And most people at that time were still talking Star Wars, even though they wish they hadn't, because the prequels fucking sucked ass. And thank fucking God for The Force Awakens, whether you like to admit to it or not. Wolfman. And no, I'm not talking about my one classmate, buddy. That's cousin to one of my friends who's watching this right now. I'm just letting you know that, dude. I'm talking about you, Caleb. Anyways, Keanu's about this super cute kitty, probably the best looking fucking kitten you'll ever fucking see outside of, in terms of film, outside of an animated, or in terms of like real life kittens, it's the cutest fucking kitten you'll ever see on film. Except for Puss in Boots. In the second Shrek movie. Third, he was okay. Fourth, I don't fucking know. Fuck that shit. I didn't even bother with that movie. But, back to the actual movie at hand. KEANU. It is actually, I kind of laughed. It was basically two white dudes, or, well, black dudes that pretty well are just white as fuck, okay? Trying to be gangster as fuck in a situation where this cat gets stolen. This little kitten comes by and meets with these people after having left from a gang member from a shootout of some sort with some big guys that apparently are actually played by Key and Peele. So you know. Like, one of them's obviously Keegan-Michael Key. I could barely tell the other guy was Peele. Was Jordan Peele. I thought it might as well have been them making Machete. Forgetting the actor's name. I just seen him on Fluffy Breaks Even. Ah, shoot. Forgive me. I should remember him too, because of the Spy Kids movies. I'm, again, fucked up, I know. Terrible. Okay, the first one's okay. Second one, yeah. Third one, I almost killed Stallone's career, I think. Thank God for Creed and Expendables movies. Despite the third Expendables movie, I'd still probably pick that over Spy Kids 3 any day. So yeah. Oh, shit. Snipes could never recover from tax evasion. Sad. Would like to see, unless he does a Blade movie, that'd be awesome. Again, ranting, forgetting about the fact that I'm talking about this movie. KEANU. Usually I'm better about this, guys. I apologize. But there's really not much I can really say and talk about with this movie. It's mostly an action comedy, and the action seems to take some precedence over the comedy, which sucks because the comedy part is usually more in Key and Peele's strength since of their sketches and stuff. And this isn't necessarily feel like a sketch comedy, but it feels like a decent comedy movie, you know, even for being an action comedy. The action seems to take precedence over it, at least by the third act. But for the most part, it is actually a really, really solid movie. I mean, thumbs up. I mean, it doesn't rock all the way. I mean, there are some jokes that are supposed to hit. I mean, if you don't like snakes, you may not like some of the scenes in this movie. However, it seems like, but if you're an 80s chick who has a thing for George Michaels, or just somehow you're white as fuck and gay as fuck and want to find a reason to, on either side, or if you're both. I'm not trying to be racist or any of that stupid bullshit or sexist or whatever. I'm just saying, if you're into the, if you are either of these two things, I'm one of the, I'm the white, so you know, I'm straight as fuck. But even I have to admit that this dude, if you want to find a reason to somehow see George Michaels as gangster as fuck, somehow, some way, this movie does it. Just don't know why. It takes two black men who are white as fuck, trying to be gangster as fuck, and through that means somehow makes George Michaels, or at least through Keegan-Michael Key, seem gangster as fuck. And that's actually one of the best fucking those parts were kind of one of the best bits of this fucking movie. But I'm not going to get into how they handle it or how it was done, because it's just, that's for you to see. But other than that, guys, I mean, it's a solid film. The cat is the cutest heck. I'm somewhat interested to see what Key and Peele have to offer for films later on, as long as they're not sticking with the whole, how do I put it? As long as they're not sticking within that same universe of Keanu itself, you know, and it's a completely different thing. I'd be fine with that, you know. I don't see how they could. It was kind of funny where it needed to be. I think it definitely fits more for black comedy, but it has enough. But the characters are white enough to where white folks, even in more white predominant towns like where I live at, can still appreciate it, because, you know, these two actors, comedic actors, know what they're doing. For as of Key and Peele, they've proven that, you know, there are black guys out there who can bring in a good sketch comedy, or at least bring in some sense of good comedy for Comedy Central, since there has been nothing that has tried to make up their own show since Dave Chappelle had left that has been able to try to take up the mantle, and these guys have found a way to prove that they can in their own way. Hell, it also helps to have good street, in my opinion, having good street cred with Epic Rap Battle, being part of Epic Rap Battles of History twice, is definitely right here. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what those guys have to offer next. I don't think we'll be seeing that little kitten anytime soon from the joke little news press thing they did last Saturday when I seen it. I looked at that post, I was like, oh, that's so fucking ridiculous. The kitty's a fucking diva. Oh, shut up. Shut up. But it's kind of, it has its moments in that it's funny at times. It can be gut busting here and there, but other times it's just mostly chuckle worthy. But, you know, you're still kind of smiling throughout the movie, even when it's not making you laugh. There's some of the action scenes are nice, but they take more precedence. But in ways, in the moments of those, and even the moments where they're not as funny, and not like trying to make you bust a gut kind of laughter, they find a way to have the kitten just come in and just bring in all the cuteness and shit. And that's what Keanu's role kind of is in this movie. And she's barely in it to even call it Keanu, but he's the central point of this movie anyway for the plot purposes. And so it works for what it is. And again, it's all right. But what did you guys think about it? Comment below. Let me know if you like this video. Rock that like button with thrust if you must. And as always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. And I'll see you guys next time.